Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to complete your source tracking document. So go ahead and get to Canvas. And then you want you want modules. And then you're going to want week 4. And there's a link and it says source tracking document. So you're going to click that. And then you're going to open up the document. And it's going to pull into a new tab. And you're going to have to make a copy. So I've not given this to you. You have to go and make a copy and save it to your drive. Okay, boom. Now you have your source tracking document. So the first one that we're going to do is the trade school classwork. So that was week 2 of our freshman college project. And you can see it right there. It says classwork, trade school. So you're going to click the document. And boom, you have information that you need to fill out the source tracking document. So article title, author name, all of that. So I clicked the wrong thing. Let me go back. There we go. All right, so you can highlight the article title. That's totally fine, and it's quite easier that way. So I've copied to my clipboard, and look, so it pasted this funny format. So I'm changing it to Times New Roman. I'm adjusting the way it's formatted. I'm unbolding it, and I'm taking out the link. Gotta finish taking out the link. There we go. And so now it looks nice and pretty. And so who is our author name? So I know that our author's name is Cliff Stamp. And I made it into Times New Roman because it just makes me happy. And that's also proper MLA format. I also know that the website name is Plexus, but we're going to open up this website URL because we're going to need it anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and for the website name, type plexus.com. And then the URL is the URL to the article. So I'm copying and pasting this. Copy. And then I'm pasting that into there. And then the publication date. And then I'm looking for the publication date. So this one just says 3 years ago. So I can do math, and I know that 3 years ago was 2018. So I'm going to write 2018. I don't have a day or a date. That's totally fine. And then the date I accessed it. So when did Miss Cole assign this? Because we read this together in class. So we accessed this together. All right, so I assigned it January 12th. So I'm going to write in there January 12th, 2021. And then this is where you guys will do it yourself, but this article is about, and then you need 3 to 5 sentences explaining to me what this article was about. Not 1 sentence, not 2 sentences. You need 3 to 5 sentences explaining what the article was. All right, so the next one was the trade school homework article. So I'm going to close out the other tabs just to make it easier. So you got to pick one. So I'm just going to pick a random one. So boom, I picked that one. And I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did with the other end, right? So I'm highlighting the title and copying it. And then I'm pasting it into my source tracking document and taking out the link, highlighting it, adjusting the font, and removing the bold. All right, and then I know that the author's name is Trent Ham, and the website name. So I'm going to go back and find the website name, and I'm also going to open up the website. So there we go. So the simpledollar.com is the website for this article. And then the specific URL to this specific article, I'm highlighting that and copying and pasting it into my document. The publication date, so let's see here. So it's right there. It was updated January 24th, 2018. So last updated, writing this in. And then when did we access? So this was for homework. So, you know, you could have accessed it on the day that we did it, or you could have accessed it right before it was due. So maybe January 14th. Let's just say for the sake of argument, it was January 14th. So you read it January 14th, 2021. Great. And now you're going to give me 3 to 5 sentences about what that article was about because, right, you read it for homework. All right, moving on. Now we have community college classwork article that we read together. So I'm going to close out the extra tabs so it's easier. And we're moving on to week 3, right? This is what we did week 3. So classwork article, I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to highlight the title. Well, this time I actually just went straight to the website. Totally fine. I'll need it eventually. So, article title is Community College Myth versus Fact. Now the author name. So there's no author for this actual article. It doesn't list an author. So what are we going to do? Well, we're just going to attribute it to the website that is hosting it. So when in doubt, always attribute it to the website that's posted the article if there's no author's name, because the website owns it. So for this one, it's scholarships.com. So I need to go back in there and add an S, but yeah, scholarships.com. And then it's the same thing as the website name, so scholarships.com again. And then the specific URL for that article, I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste. And then the publication date, right? So I'm looking for it. Let's see here. Okay. Well, I don't see, I've gotten all the way to the bottom. I don't see a publication date. So what do we do? So if there's no publication date on the website, we're going to put N/A, and this means not available. And you can do this for the author as well, but typically we attribute the article to the website that's hosting it. So more or less, the publication date would only be NA, and not anything else could be NA. So if you don't see a publication date, that's all right. Just put N/A for not available. All right, and then when did we access that article? Because we know. So January, let's go back to our modules. When did Ms. Cole assign this? All right, so I assigned it January 20th. We read it in class January 20th. So that is the date that we accessed it. So we're going to go ahead and write January 20th, 2021. And then again, you guys are going to write a 3 to 5 sentence summary about what this article is about. Okay, now after community college, we looked at 4-year universities. Oh, just kidding. We did a homework assignment for it. So now you have to input the homework article. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick a random one because, right, you have the option to pick. So I picked the first one, and again, I'm just going to repeat the process. So I'm going to highlight the title and copy and paste into my source tracking document. I'm going to unlink it, and I'm going to adjust the font to Times New Roman and unbold it. Beautiful. And now my author's name. So who wrote this? Oh, I know Farron Powell wrote it, so I'm just going to insert her name right there. And then I need the website name. So I'm just going to open up the website. So it was USA News. So usanews.com is my website. And then I'm going to copy and paste the URL for that specific article into my source tracking document. Boom. All right, now the publication date. So when did she write this? May 9th, 2018. Great. So I'm going to go back to my source tracking document and write May 9th, 2018. When did I read this? Well, I assigned this for homework on the 20th, and then you guys saw me again on January 22nd, so you probably read it January 21st. So January 21st, 2021. And then again, you're going to write what this article was about in 3 to 5 sentences. Now we're moving on to four-year colleges and universities. So this was the four-year college and university classwork article that we did together. So I'm going to close out my excess tabs and go down to week 4. And look, oh, there we go. There's four-year college article. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, open it up, and again, repeat the same process. Copying the title, pasting it into my source tracking document, and adjusting the font. Author's name. So let's go ahead and see who the author's name is. Right here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight and paste it. Great. It pasted awkwardly in here. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust it so that it looks nice and neat. Put Times New Roman. Gonna make the size a little smaller so it's size 12. Perfect. Website name. Okay. Let's go here. Theclassroom.com. Great. All right, and then I'm going to copy and paste the URL for that specific article. Copy. Paste. And then the publication date. So it was updated June 25th, 2018. Go ahead and write updated. Oops. I got it wrong. Make sure you're double checking the publication date. If it's there, you don't want to get it wrong. And then the date that we accessed it. So when did we read this as a class? January 26th. Great. And then you're going to write what this article was about in 3 to 5 sentences. Again, not one sentence, not two sentences. You're going to write what the article was about in 3 to 5 sentences. And now you have the four-year college article, the homework article. So boom. I'm going to pick that one just for the sake of it. So 8 major benefits of college. Great. It's a short title, so I'm just going to write it in myself. All right, and who's the author name? So we already did that part for you. It's by College Atlas, so there's not a specific author, so College Atlas, the website. So I'm just going to open up the link to make my life easier, collegeatlas.org. Great. And then the URL, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the specific URL, just like we did for the others. Boom. Publication date, so when was this published? Oh, look, it has it right there. So I'm just going to make my life easier and copy and paste it, because it gives when it was originally written and when it was updated. But I'm going to format it so that it looks nice and neat in my source tracking document. Undo the italicize and make sure that the color matches. Okay, so when did we read this? Well, it was assigned the 26th, it was due the 29th, so let's say that you guys read it on the 28th. Great. And then now, in 3 to 5 sentences, you're going to explain to me what this article is about. Or if you did the other article, you're going to explain what the other article is about. Okay, so now we're in the Armed Forces web quest. So instead of doing homework like we normally did for the others, you did a web quest for the Armed Forces. So, and we need an extra box, just like I explained last class. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to highlight the whole table and then copy and drop down and then paste. Great, so now I have 2 boxes for the web quest, the Armed Forces web quest. So I'm going to go to where we were for last class and click the Armed Forces web quest. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to find which articles would suit me. So I'm take a look at this one. So this looks like it would be kind of difficult to write. There's not necessarily an article. It looks like it's just the branches. There's not a whole lot of information here. So I want more of like an article. So I'm going to exit out of this one. I'm not going to do that one. So let's go to the next one. Oh, all right. So this looks like an actual article. Great. It's got a publication date and it's got an author and a title. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that title. I'm going to insert that into my source tracking document. It looks ginormous. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to adjust the font. We're going to adjust the size and unbold it. We're also going to put it into quotation marks. So articles are always in quotations. Awesome. Next, let's grab the author. So when I went to highlight it, it just clicked on his name. So I'm just going to highlight it there. Go back. Paste it. And then make sure I format it so it's not ginormous in my source tracking document. Great. Now the website name, Money Crashers. moneycrashers.com. And then the URL. Just copy and paste. Publication date. So this one was written recently, January 4th, 2021. And I know that we accessed this last class, so February 2nd, 2021 was when we accessed this. And then you're going to write 3 to 5 sentences explaining what the article was about, just like we did for the others. Now, I've explained how to do this for all of them. So you can pick the other articles you may want to use on the web quest and complete the same process. So pick one of the other articles in the Armed Force web quest and fill in the information below. If you find that you are still having a hard time completing this process, you need to make sure that you attend tutorial. If you do not attend tutorial, I don't know that you need help with this, okay? So I hope this was helpful for those of you that were confused about the source tracking document. And that is how I expect it to be filled out. Thank you.